everybody. You're watching NDTV. The BJP has stormed back to power in New Delhi after 27 long years. It's a day of celebration for the BJP. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in the BJP headquarters at 7:30 p.m. today. But it's a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party that has seen its top leaders, including Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, lose today to Parvesh Singh Verma and, of course, to Tarvinder Singh Marwa. So this is a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party. What does this mean for Aam Aadmi Party? But today is a day of celebrations for the BJP. There you see the visuals of outside Parvesh Singh Verma's residence. He's the giant killer today, the man to watch out for. Also one of the top contenders for the CM face in Delhi. He is somebody who contested against Arvind Kejriwal, has defeated him, and also top guns of the Aam Aadmi Party are trailing now. We understand that except Kalkaji candidate Atishi, the Chief Minister of Delhi, a lot of Aam Aadmi Party candidates have lost. BJP is leading with a comfortable margin in 48 seats, and Aam Aadmi Party is on 21 is what we understand. Let me go across to my colleague Tanushka, who joins us from outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Tanushka, it's a day of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party. This is a challenging time for the party, but remember, it has also faced a lot of turbulent times in the last few years with Arvind Kejriwal's arrest and also subsequent failures in several parts of the country. But today is going to be all the more saddening for Aam Aadmi Party. It puts a question mark on the kind of politics it practiced. What really went wrong? What are the people saying? And what is it like outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence?
Well, you know, it's very contrasting. I was at Gold Market area at the counting center wherein Parvesh Singh Sahib Verma came in, and the spirits were high there. And as you can clearly see here at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, it is a solitary enclave here today. Arvind Kejriwal has lost from his New Delhi constituency assembly seat to BJP's Parvesh Verma. Of course, this is a huge loss for the Aam Aadmi Party national convener. This is, of course, you know, these were the big guns in the fray on the New Delhi constituency seat. It was a very tough competition between Arvind Kejriwal, Parvesh Verma and Sandeep Dixit of the Congress, and Parvesh Verma has won clearly. Inside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann is currently inside. Raghav Chadha, member of Rajya Sabha, is also inside. Delhi Chief Minister Atishi is also inside. So they, you know, having sort of a meeting at this moment, and it is definitely a sad day for the Aam Aadmi Party with a lot of losses. Big faces like Manish Sisodia has also lost from his seat of Jangpura. Remember, he used to fight from Patparganj seats, but that got changed this time and he's lost from Jangpura. So day of losses for the Aam Aadmi Party here. And what we also, as you also said, that you know what went wrong for the Aam Aadmi Party. The people on ground this time raised questions about corruption. As you also mentioned, Vasudha, there are 15 cases against the Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal, and even yesterday with the entire fiasco with the Anti-Corruption Bureau as well. So this has been going down. This has, of course, hit the image of the Aam Aadmi Party as well with the liquor scam. Also, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi herself is on bail in a defamation case at the moment. So a lot of setbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party has happened in the past year as well. Even though Arvind Kejriwal did come out on interim bail by the Supreme Court, but fact remains right now that he is lost from his seat.
Okay. Tanushka, will keep coming back to you for more details on this. Hitesh Jain joins us. He's a lawyer also, who's somebody who follows politics very closely, member of the BJP. We have Zafar Islam, spokesperson of the BJP. We have Sumitra Goenka, political analyst. We have Sujata Pandey in the studio with us. We have Anshul Abhijit, spokesperson of the Congress Party. And we have also Madan Mohan with us, who's a political analyst. To you, Mr. Jain, first of all, thank you all of you for joining us on this day. Hitesh ji, just a few months ago, we were discussing the Mumbai voter and what he wants. And today, clearly, the Delhi voter has spoken out. And while the class divide seems to have really, gone for a toss, things that we talk about with regard to Delhi, today's Delhi voter seems to be shouting out very clearly that he wants work to be done in the capital of the country, and he wants the capital to look like the capital of the country when it comes to aspirations, opportunities, infrastructure. What is the larger message that the Delhi voter has given out today?
I think the larger message the Delhi voter has given is that they don't believe in the theatrics of Aam Aadmi Party. Second, Arvind Kejriwal has lost his credibility. Delhi voters are tired of the excuses and the blame game that was happening in the last 10 years. Delhi voters are also tired of the corruption and the level at which people saw. What Delhi was getting was only hypocrisy, confusion, and corruption. So I think the Delhi voters have decided that enough is enough, and let's put the theatrics to the end. And at the end of the day, Delhi wants a credible leadership, and that's where they see the credibility when they say Prime Minister Modi ji or the leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, in which they have restored their faith again. Delhi ke dil mein Modi hai. I think that's the message of the mandate today.
Right. Thank you, Hitesh. Also, Zafar Islam, sir, today is a day of celebrations for you. I can see you smiling. Tell us, what really worked for the party? What did you get right this time after 27 long years?
See, there are two things which is very important. One, that people of Delhi were very fed up with Kejriwal and Abda party. All the false promises, they never fulfilled those promises. Also, Kejriwal, they always preferred to lie and mislead the people of Delhi, something which didn't work for them. We stuck to the truth. We always tried to expose to them. We always told the people of Delhi that there is the Honorable Prime Minister and Bharatiya Janata Party and its leadership, and particularly the Prime Minister himself is giving assurances to the people of Delhi that he will monitor the developmental program of Delhi, and he will ensure that whatever the promises have been made, even by Abda party, that also will be fulfilled, and also what promises have been made by the Bharatiya Janata Party in our manifesto, that also will be delivered to them. So people repose confidence in the Honorable Prime Minister and the Bharatiya Janata Party and its leadership, but discarded completely AAP and Abda party, and I'm sure that this will be an end of story for Abda party and Kejriwal and company, because they were completely routed, and also they used to draw confidence and comfort from Kejriwal. Kejriwal himself has lost the election, and even Deputy Chief Minister has lost the election. That suggests that the confidence and the people he was able to put together everyone together, that no longer he will be able to do it, and eventually the party will collapse, and the people, all the Karyakarta of AAP will discard them completely, because they also realize that he was always telling lies and something which has been completely rejected by the people of Delhi.
Thank you, Zafar Islam. Also, let's go across to my colleague Aishwarya now. He has a special guest with him.
Well, today they are emotional supporters of Parvesh Verma, friends of Parvesh Verma, who are very emotional, and Tejinder Pal Singh Bagga is with me. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us. जी. कितने इमोशनल आप फील कर रहे हैं आज यहाँ पर परवेश वर्मा जी ने एक बहुत प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जीत दिलाई है?
देखिए, निश्चित रूप से 27 साल के बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी की दिल्ली के अंदर सरकार बनी है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी लोग चाहते थे सत्ता में लाना। पिछले 10 साल के अंदर जो भ्रष्टाचार देखा है, पिछले 10 साल के अंदर दिल्ली के अंदर जिस तरीके से दिल्ली को सबसे प्रदूषित शहर दुनिया के अंदर बना दिया गया, यमुना को सबसे दूषित नदी बना दिया गया, और जब कोविड के अंदर आपको ध्यान होगा कि लोग ऑक्सीजन की कमी के कारण मर रहे थे, उस समय अरविंद केजरीवाल अपना शीश महल और शराब की नीति बना रहे थे। आज अरविंद केजरीवाल की नीतियों की हार हुई है।
चाहते हैं परवेश साहिब सिंह वर्मा अगले मुख्यमंत्री बने दिल्ली के?
देखिए, ये जो विधायक है जिनको दिल्ली की जनता ने चुना है, वो तय करेंगे, और मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूँ कि दिल्ली की जीत हमारी है, पंजाब की बारी है।
पंजाब की बारी है। So that was Tejinder Pal Singh Bagga, who started his own podcast as well. Sir, congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
We see
Bagga Nada.
So, there are happy movements over here, what we are witnessing. Family, friends, all are very happy. These sweets are being distributed at Parvesh Sahib Singh Verma's residence. Ma'am, कितना बड़ा?
बहुत बड़ा दिन है, बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक दिन है मेरे भाई के लिए, और हमने केजरीवाल को उसकी जगह पे बिठा दिया है, और अब नहीं आने देंगे उसको, और अब कभी आ भी नहीं पाएगा।
Do you think that these are the most difficult elections ever fought by Parvesh Sahib?
Well, he's a seasoned politician, and this is definitely an enormous victory for BJP and for New Delhi seat per se. Because Arvind Kejriwal, whatever the nuisance he has been created for almost a good 12 years. The decision what public has taken in the favor of Bharatiya Janata Party and along with Pravesh ji. So it states that it's a thumping victory, and definitely every election, come what may, it is a challenging election. But yes, coming back into the power after 27 years, it is a it is a celebrating, it is a victory to be celebrated, and of course it was a difficulty. This was a difficult election for sure, as all the elections are difficult. But yes, after 27.
So there you heard from the family members of Parvesh Sahib Singh Verma, the emotional ones of course, but it's a thumping victory that Mr. Verma has received, and they personally think that because he defeated Arvind Kejriwal, he should be named as a CM candidate. But of course, top leadership from the Bharatiya Janata Party will be deciding it very soon.
Right. Thank you, Aishwarya. The BJP has a specific way of working, but of course, he is the man to watch out for. Both Hitesh and Zafar Islam would agree that the BJP would take a specific call on this after the leaders talk about this. But of course, the call would have definitely been made. There are top contenders, but this man, of course, is one of the ones who played a pivotal role in ensuring that Arvind Kejriwal himself lost his seat. To you, Anshul, Abhijit, first, tell us honestly, what does the Congress party feel about today's outcome? Is there a sign of hope that the Congress party is getting strengthened once again in Delhi, even if there are these small little green shoots today with you increasing your vote share or at least trying to get back some of it? Or do you think that there is going to be reduced opposition to the BJP, so that really makes you sad? What is it that you're feeling today?
No, well, I can't really hide my disappointment. Yes, there is, the positive is that there has been an increase in the vote share, but I hope that we would open our count at least and grab a few seats. But look at the positives, and let's put this in perspective. Elections, particularly assembly elections, have a fast turnaround rate. I mean, look at Telangana, where, an year back before the assembly elections, nobody gave Congress a chance, but it came back. The same thing didn't quite happen in Delhi, but the entire Congress leadership of Delhi fought the elections. They fought it very aggressively. They fought it in a very spirited way. They fought it positively to give the BJP and AAP a run for their money. It was an election in which the party cadres were really galvanized, and that was the whole point. I mean, a lot of people have questioned why there wasn't some kind of an alliance between parties, but ultimately, if you have these alliances, your own party workers, their ambitions, their place in the party never gets fully gratified. So you have to rejuvenate these cadres, you have to keep them alive, and I think this is what we have done for the future here. We have to really build on this, build on the vote share, and these are shifting sands. Electoral fidelity changes very quickly, as recent elections have told us. There is nothing to be disheartened about. Of course, I will mince no words in saying that it is a disappointing verdict for the time being, but there is much optimism and much to work on, and I'm hopeful that this will bear good results. We have a Bihar election coming up as well. We are hoping that the Congress would do very well as a part of the Mahagathbandhan over there, where we have a strong Gathbandhan. Remember that in the din of the Maharashtra elections, a spurious victory of the BJP in that election, the Jharkhand election, victory of the Congress party with the Gathbandhan was lost in that din. We did very well in that election. We all complemented each other. We're going to do well in Bihar as well. And as for Delhi, I mean, the building blocks are already there, as shown by this election. We have to build on them. We've lost ground, but we're now gaining that ground. So I think it bodes well for the future. For the time being, yes, of course, we have to go back to the drawing board.
So mixed reactions there from the Congress party. Zafar Islam, you wanted to make a point, sir.
See, when he was talking about Bihar, I'm sure he must be very disappointed. But when he's talking about Bihar, when he's talking about Telangana, that after general election, after assembly election, general election, they had put up a very good performance. But in Bihar, I suspect whether they will really be given any seats by the RJD, because they have made it very clear they were supporting Kejriwal, not Congress here. And Kejriwal has lost big time, and so is the other India Alliance partners. And
Important point.
Congress is one political party. Anyone associated with Congress, they eventually have to taste the defeat.
Right.
So I'm really suspecting that whether Congress will be accommodated by RJD in Bihar or not. That is something for everyone to see.
Okay, that's a very important point.
Leave that to us.
Yeah, Anshul, you wanted to say something. See,
No, I just want to leave that to us. We'll figure out Bihar. I mean, they're on a back foot over there. They've got misgovernance. You know, what is really maybe disappointing for the Congress party in Delhi, but for the Delhiites, it's doomsday coming up. You know, the misgovernance that happened even during the Delhi riots, where the President of the United States was having dinner in the Rashtrapati Bhavan and there was a riot going on right under the nose of the Delhi police, managed by the BJP and the Modi government. So there's very little to hope for as far as Delhiites are concerned in Delhi, of course. But let's see. Let's hope for the best that they can manage something.
Before I go to the political analyst, let me get in one comment from Hitesh Jain. Hitesh Jain, you're a city person yourself. You've seen Mumbai, you've seen Delhi. Tell us, and you also understand the BJP leadership. What can we expect from the BJP for Delhi? Because as a Delhi person myself, I do feel quite disappointed because there is lack of infrastructure. It does not really look like the capital of any country. Tell us, what can we expect once the BJP forms its government here and sets the ball rolling?
Vasudha, I'll give you a clear example. In Mumbai, one of the factors where the Bharatiya Janata Party did very well in the Maharashtra election, people were speaking about the infrastructure, Atal Setu, Coastal Road. People compared the regime of Uddhav Thackeray and the Congress government of the 2.5 years, and they saw the 2.5 years of the Mahayuti government. And in the Mahayuti government, you saw the speedy completion of the project. Metro 3 line was back on the track. I don't think people in Mumbai was complaining about the potholes on the road, and the development was clearly and visible not only in Mumbai but Mumbai, Pune, Mumbai to Nagpur Samruddhi Mahamarg. Coming to Delhi, I think the plan, as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party leadership is concerned, I think they know their priority. I think they've spoken about providing the water connection to every house as the first priority, addressing the issues of garbage, addressing the issues of the road, and addressing the issues of the development for the capital of Delhi. I mean, Delhi being such an important city, it's a national capital, and it requires a development which I think it requires a top-class development. I mean, if you look at the model in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, if you look at even in what you have seen now, basically in Mumbai, and if you compare with other states also like Madhya Pradesh and all, when the party is repeatedly getting the mandate, the party is in power in 2 terms, 3 terms, we are winning elections after election. This is when people trust the leadership, when people believe, when Prime Minister Modi speaks about the guarantee, they believe in the guarantee and they believe in the vision of the development. Okay. I think when you compare with the theatrics that we have seen in the last 10 years, I think the narrative of development is very important. I also want to make one point very clear. On the day when the Congress party has scored 0 and their leadership till 11 o'clock is not even aware about the results. I think one of the press interview, Priyanka Gandhi said she has not even looked at the results at 11 o'clock. I think it does not augurs well. Such arrogance is not good. If they want to be arrogant and if they don't want to look at the mandate of the people, I think they will continue to lose election after election. They set a too low a bar. They are very happy with the moral victory of 5.5%. I'm very glad the Congress party or the leadership have such kind of a vision. We wish them luck and we believe they should continue with such vision, because with such vision, they will be happy with the incremental 1% or 2% and will continue to win elections.
I'll take a counter to that from Avijit, but Sumitra Goenka, very quickly tell us, ma'am, BJP seems to be leading on 15 out of the 22 bordering seats of Delhi, and this includes 7 of the 13 seats that border UP and 9 out of the 11 seats that border Haryana. So clearly there seems to be some impact of these states as well. How do you see BJP's performance in these areas?
Vasudha, good afternoon. I think people here have voted for development and change, and especially when they are looking at the neighboring states like Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, where many of the people are traveling daily for work reasons, they can see the change, the visible change in cities like Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad and all these areas where they are traveling every day, and they are seeing how work is coming to these areas, how the development is happening, be it the roads, be it the other infrastructure facilities, the job opportunities that these states are creating. So basically people are realizing the fact that continuing with Aam Aadmi Party is not going to take them towards developmental politics because no major project has been done in New Delhi. If you look at the other areas also.
नम्रता के साथ स्वीकार करते हैं जनता का निर्णय सर माथे पर। मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इस जीत के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि जिस उम्मीद के साथ और जिस आशा के साथ लोगों ने उनको बहुमत दिया है वो उन सभी उम्मीदों और आशाओं पे पूरा उतरेंगे। हमने पिछले 10 साल में जनता ने जो मौका दिया हमें, उन 10 सालों में हमने बहुत सारे काम किए, शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, स्वास्थ्य के क्षेत्र में, पानी के क्षेत्र में, बिजली के क्षेत्र में और भी अलग अलग तरीके से लोगों को राहत पहुंचाने की कोशिश की उनकी ज़िंदगी में, और दिल्ली के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को भी हमने सुधारने की कोशिश की। अब जो जनता ने हमें निर्णय दिया है, हम न केवल एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव ऑपोजिशन का रोल निभाएंगे बल्कि हम समाज सेवा, जनता के सुख दुख में काम आना, व्यक्तिगत तौर पे जिसको भी जो ज़रूरत होगी, हम लोगों के सुख दुख में हमेशा काम आएंगे, क्योंकि हम राजनीति में कोई सत्ता के लिए नहीं आए। हम राजनीति को एक ज़रिया मानते हैं जिसके ज़रिए जनता की सेवा की जा सके, जिसके ज़रिए लोगों के सुख दुख में काम आया जा सके। वो काम हम करते रहेंगे और हमें आगे भी इसी तरह से जनता के सुख दुख में काम आना है। मैं आम आदमी पार्टी के सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं। वो बहुत शानदार चुनाव लड़े, बहुत मेहनत की, उन्होंने बहुत कुछ सहा इस पूरे चुनाव के दौरान, उन्होंने बहुत शानदार चुनाव लड़ा। इसके लिए मैं उन सबको, सभी कार्यकर्ताओं को बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं।
So Arvind Kejriwal there conceding defeat, but at the same time saying that he will play the role of constructive opposition there in the assembly. Important points there. Arvind Kejriwal himself has lost his seat in New Delhi constituency. Let me quickly get a political reaction there. Zafar Islam, you heard Arvind Kejriwal speak now. What do you have to say about this? Was this expected?
No, finally he has accepted defeat, and I think all the spokesperson who are still continuing to say that they will get the 35 seats or more than 35 seats will now stop claiming that, because their Supremo has accepted the defeat. But more importantly, he still continue to say that what he has done, what he has not done. Perhaps people have discarded him purely because he overpromised and under-delivered, and something which has actually exposed Kejriwal as a leader. And also all the people who have supported him, they deserted those people, something which also didn't work for them. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, we were very clear that we will stick to truth. We will only expose to Kejriwal what we have promised. We will deliver, and the Honourable Prime Minister's the confidence of people lies in the Honourable Prime Minister, and his ability to deliver things to their steps. And also, since the Honourable Prime Minister has made these assurances that he will personally monitor the developmental program in Delhi.
Okay, Zafar Islam, who has won elections, is speaking now. Let's listen in to what she says.
सबसे पहले तो मैं कालिका जी विधानसभा का धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ जो उन्होंने मुझ पे भरोसा दिखाया। मैं अपनी पूरी टीम का धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ जिन्होंने बाहुबल, गुंडागर्दी, मार पिटाई का सामना भी करते हुए ज़मीनी स्तर पे मेहनत करी और जनता तक पहुँचे। बाकी दिल्ली की जनता का जनादेश है, हमें जनादेश स्वीकार है। ये मैं अपनी सीट जीती हूँ, लेकिन ये जीत का समय नहीं है, ये जंग का समय ही है।
जंग जारी रहेगी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के खिलाफ, उनकी तानाशाही और उनकी गुंडागर्दी के खिलाफ। आम आदमी पार्टी हमेशा गलत के खिलाफ लड़ती आई है और हमेशा गलत के खिलाफ लड़ती रहेगी। ये ज़रूर एक सेटबैक है, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी का संघर्ष दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए, देश के लोगों के लिए कभी खत्म नहीं होगा। मैम प्लीज अगेन, प्लीज।
Okay, Atishi there saying that this is not the day to celebrate her victory, and of course she says that she has accepted the party's defeat. Let me go across to Madan Mohan there, who's also a political analyst. Atishi winning her seat, but Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia losing their seats. What does this mean for the larger politics of Aam Aadmi Party, sir?
Madam, first of all, I would like to congratulate all the winners of this election. There are several reasons behind it, because BJP has just got the election in a, you can say it is a very strategical elections for the BJP, because BJP has targeted middle class. It has been seen that it was the general trend that in Lok Sabha election, BJP middle class voter voted for the BJP, and in Vidhan Sabha election, it swings to the Aam Aadmi Party. But this time, BJP has just kept their swing towards the middle class voters voted for this time BJP. There are other reasons, that is Jogi voter have also voted for BJP, because BJP has strategically maintained the influence in the Jogi area with their Vistara. There are other
big win
reasons
for the BJP is what you're saying. I'll come back to you. Also, Sujata, I'll have to take some questions from you as well. But let's, today is the day of celebration for the BJP, and it's the winners' day. It's winners take it all. Let's go across to my colleague Nupur, who's been reporting from the BJP office today. Nupur, tell us, what is the mood like? Of course, the Prime Minister is going to be there at 7:30 today. It's going to be there at the BJP headquarters, but it's the BJP state office, which has also been bustling with a lot of activity since the last few days. Take us through the sentiment today.
Well, today we are seeing there are celebrations all around in the Delhi office, Delhi BJP office. If you can see, there are firecrackers, there are bands. People are celebrating all across. They are celebrating on the street in front of the office. They are celebrating inside the office. There are sweets being distributed. If you can see the mood of the people, flags are, today BJP flags are flying high, and the mood is really high with the people, and people are celebrating with colors, and people are having sweets, and right now we are just taking you through inside towards the entrance of the BJP Delhi headquarters, which is packed with supporters. The supporters have lined up since, and this is I can tell you, this has been going on for past 1.5 hours since we are here. The celebrations are not stopping. People are celebrating, and the BJP worker is celebrating today. The people, they are on roads. They're firecrackers all around. They're bursting firecrackers. Even though BJP Delhi has banned firecrackers, still we see firecrackers being burned here. People are in a celebratory mood, and inside also you can, if you can zoom in, you will see that people are dancing, and people are celebrating. The BJP workers are celebrating with colors. Colors are flying inside the Delhi BJP headquarters, and they are exchanging greetings and everything. So all in all, the mood is quite high today in the Delhi BJP office. So the celebrations are not stopping, and I assure you, even after 1 hour or 2 hours, they will be celebrating. People have been dancing and all. So their mood is quite high today.
Thank you, Nupur, for joining us with those details. Sujata, BJP has been riding this electoral high for the past few months. Maharashtra elections, Haryana elections, and now this is a hat-trick with Delhi elections. Prime Minister goes to the US, and before that Paris. So these are important geopolitical meetings that are coming coming up. Of course, this is not really going to have an impact on that, but clearly this has given a lot of impetus to the Prime Minister, who of course faced a personal setback with the reduced mandate that we saw in Lok Sabha 2024. Tell us, how do you see the BJP from here on, aggressively countering the opposition, because clearly the opposition is getting reduced in all states, and what are the corrective measures that you think helped the BJP?
So I think today, if there is one statement that would fit in to the enthusiasm of BJP is, how's the Josh? So they would all say, hi sir, or probably very high sir, because they ended a dry spell of about 2 decades. So it's a remarkable victory for them. But what I see from here is that they will have higher expectation. People of Delhi will expect much better governance, much better law and order, which seems to be a concern now, infrastructure, roads. And with AAP being in MCD, I see BJP will have some sort of issues to look into there, so that we might see some blame game over there as well. I also see that BJP, in whether it's Odisha or in Delhi, these are the 2 states where they were never in power, and it was supposed to be led by a personality-driven party like Naveen Patnaik there, and here Arvind Kejriwal. And now with both the forts being breached, you would see a BJP even entering states where people thought that they would never enter. And I mean, just look at their trends. Whichever state they go to, then they unlike Congress, once Congress goes out of power, they lose their organizational strength. They lose, they'll probably become party number 3, because most of the cases a regional party will come and take their place. Right. That happened in Delhi. That happened in Uttar Pradesh when they lost. Samajwadi Party took their. That happened in Bihar too. But BJP only adds on from there. So I see a much stronger BJP in Delhi, better coordination between the center and the state leadership, which is good for the Delhi people, because I think by this mandate looks like Delhi people were tired of this blame game. ये नहीं किया, LG नहीं करने दे रहा है, तो मोदी नहीं करने दे रहे हैं. And because at the end of the day, I mean, the आम जनता is not bothered about कि कौन नहीं करने दे रहा है, because they have to face. They want the roads to be better. They want the sewers to be clean. They don't want to see the garbage, mountains of garbage and this air pollution. People choking to death. I think it's
the Delhi voter there sending out a message or two, a very clear message, a decisive mandate there for the BJP. And of course, this means that the BJP's electoral high continues with its victories both in Maharashtra and Haryana. It's time for a short break. We'll be back with more voices and visuals on the Delhi outcome in just a bit.